Audio. Disconnected, correct? Yes. It does show my mic moving, correct? Yeah, it shows my mic moving. So why can't I hear? Okay, how about now? Okay. Looks like we fixed it. Alright, so Doodlebob's gonna hold up the spreadsheet today. We need to fix this planter if it's gonna be sitting up front like that. It fixes that. Do-do-do. 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 Do-do. Alright. Fudore wa nani ga ii desu ka? Ii desu ka? Daijoubu? Minasan, daijoubu desu ka? Daijoubu? My my striped sweater all the time. My striped sweater all the time. This is not a ad for either one of these companies. We're just here for the striped sweater. Even though it's really a hoodie, but it applies here. You know. It applies. You know what I mean? A striped sweater all the time. Oh, we never got a sentence for yesterday because we started playing zombies. It's all good. We'll come up with something today. No problem. Why is it doing that? Hold on 1 second. Make sure this doesn't show up on screen. Don't know why that's happening. See, I knew it. I don't know why that was happening though. Okay, now that we actually have access again, because I don't know why that wasn't working a second ago. That was weird as shit. Like, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Right, just wanted to verify it was me for real. And not some bot. Eh? remember how to use this correctly. So the verbs in present tense. Tokoro. About to do something. So anata wa hanashi tokoro. Right? You're about to speak. Head ass, right? Nah, for real though. Like hanashi tokoro. No, anata wa hanashi tokoro. Right? You're about to speak, correct? I believe that's correct. Anata wa hanashi tokoro. It's hanashi, correct? Hanashi? Yeah. Hanashi. Oh, not hanashi. It's hanashi. No, that's not correct. A place to talk with you? What does it think that is? What if I use... Hold on. Maybe, if you use it after an adjective, adjectives, someone is in a state of being busy. Isogashi tokoro. Isogashi tokoro. So, but what about to? Right? Like, wait a second. Let me see if I write this. Maybe it doesn't understand. What does it think Tokoro actually means? It thinks Tokoro means, well, I guess it does mean place, but through Japanese interpretation of Chinese literature has also inquired the meaning of state or result. So Tokoro is used to indicate the exact time or circumstances under which an action occurs or almost occurred. The Meaning of tokoro depends on the tense and aspect of the word that precedes it. The tense and aspect of the word that precedes it. But if we're trying to say you're about to, but we're saying you as an anata are about to do something. So okay, so after adjectives, it means to be in the state of the adjective. So let's use something else, right? If we use, just to, for an example, samui tokoro, correct? Cold place. So tokoro meaning place would mean it's not the state of being. It is the state of being. That place is in the state of being. But if you use it with a verb, it's an action that's about to occur. Okay. Okay, so we were using it incorrectly. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense on why the AI didn't think or didn't give us the response we were hoping for. Now we'll remember it. See, the connection piece is right there. That's good. That's good shit right there. That's real good shit right there. You hear me? That's real good shit right there. For real. That is connection. You need those connections to be made so that you can remember what you need to remember. Since this is a grammar specific kind of word, we're going to need to remember this because it has at least a bunch of different variables that can occur for what this word may mean in that moment. So that's good. That's good for us. That's actually really good for us. That's really good for us. Tokoro. Tokoro. So if the adjective means it's in the state of that, then sorry. Let's try to think. Should I have the spreadsheet on screen? Because I'm not even talking about anything on the spreadsheet right now. But also, I want to know if this is the case of why I can hear this sometimes. What about now? Now. Echo, echo, echo. No, I can't hear the echo right now, but why can I hear the echo randomly sometimes? I don't get it. All right. Hanashi desu ka? Desu ka? No, still doesn't happen. Okay. Sounds good to me. I think I need a longer control arm, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of wanted to be like here. But anywho, so if that's what it means for, that's just what it means for E adjectives. Same thing with na adjectives, except with na adjectives, you need to add na. So anything that's not an E adjective. Do I even have hitsuyo? So it's what is the word for journal? We're gonna make a sentence. Rogu. We're gonna go with rogu. Rogu. Or Nikki. Nikki. Janu. We could say Janu for the katakana version, but Zashi journal, magazine, periodical. That's what it was. Jisho. Jisho. Japanese dictionary giant outside of the one I use by Japanese Pod. What is periodical? Oh, okay, so yeah. So this first word, zashi, is not for like a journal like that you're using. It's zashi is a journal, magazine, or periodical. What they're saying is something you probably would pay for, like a newspaper, like what the hell is a newspaper? I haven't used this term in so long, but I hear it. It's not newspaper. It's not. I'm gonna be really upset because the word is very simple to remember. Shin? No, not sheen. No. Yeah, it's okay. You know, we all draw a brain fart at times, eh? We all have a brain fart at times, eh? Sin? No, that's 1,000. Shimbun. See, I knew it was with an S. So shimbun. So if you're zashi, right? Zashi is includes shinbuns, shimbun, shimbun. Did it not? Okay, there we go. That fixed it. So that also means we need to do this again just in case. You know what I mean? All right. So zashi, sorry, that was loud. Zashi. That's not the word we want to use because we're not going to be using it. So we don't want to use jane because yeah, it's not the case here. Shimbun is a newspaper, so that goes along with zashi. We don't need that. finish that kombucha real quick. So I think we'll go with Nikki. I think we'll go with Nikki. Nikki. Even though it means diary, journal, we don't really see a word for journal type that describes how we're just keeping a journal for Japanese. I would assume that Nikki also works without having to say journal. Because even the word journal randomly shows up with a definition of like computer logging now. Weird. Excuse me. Sumimasen. Sumimasen. So, Nikki. This is what I meant again about the tsu, or, right? This is the correct journal. Where it changes and becomes almost like if there's going to be two letters, excuse me, that make the same, it's not make the same sound, but they're spelling it with the, I don't know how to explain that. Like, what's written is ni tsu, ni tsu ki, right? I don't know why I didn't just look up at the words I wrote. Ni tsu ki. Got to reference your own, you know, your own handiwork. Ni tsu ki, right? So, with ni tsu ki, right? This becomes Nikki because ni tsu, right? And then ki. For whatever reason, whenever there's two letters back to back like this that aren't vowels, they typically, actually I guess, I think even a vowel can sometimes do it, where it has the same vowel back to back. Maybe not. Maybe with the vowels they actually use, I don't know. I can't think of any specific words where I remember it being like that, so we're just going to say that maybe. Until we come across something and remember, oh no, it doesn't work. Kind of like right here. It's ko, right? This tsu, well this isn't even a tsu at that point because it has the accent mark over it. It actually is, whatchamacallit, it means something else. It's not here. It means you. It's a U. That's a U. But when it's a small tsu, I don't know if you can really tell the difference here. When it's a small tsu like this is sometimes used, well, tsu also is a counter. Oh my goodness, this is a can of worms. This can also be used for a counter, if I remember correctly. This can be used as a counter if you don't know what counter you're supposed to use. Now, I'm an individual who doesn't know what counter I'm supposed to use. So, for example, if I was going to say 3 journals, or like there are 3 journals here, right? If I remember correctly, this is how this is supposed to go. Kore Kore wa. Kore wa. We're going to say Niki, right? Kore wa Niki. This is kore. Kore wa, right? What are we talking about? The object. Niki, which is wrong. Hold on. We have to go back because we have 3 journals. The numbers come first. So, kore wa, this. San, Niki, right? 3 journals, right? But the word doesn't change into with like an S on there or nothing. It's just Niki. What's being understood is because what I'm saying is this right now, right here. You're in the conversation with me so you can see what I'm talking about. If I was saying it over there, it would be sore. And then if I was saying something far off, not near, so sore might be close to you in this example. If I said sore and you're across the room, sore like next to you. But if I said like koso ado, it's far off where neither one of us are close to it. So once again, kore wa san Niki, 3 journals, these 3 journals, right? San Niki. What was the next word I was going to use? San Niki tsu. I forgot why I even brought this up. San Niki tsu, right? Kore wa san Niki tsu. The counter for 3 journals. I think that's how you're supposed to write it. Kore wa san Niki tsu. I think. Do I have my numbers wrong here or something? Or does, once again, Google not understand what it means to speak Japanese? We know it doesn't understand what it means to speak Japanese, of course. We know. Sun is 3. I'm double checking my work. But you know, I need to use, this is the problem, I need to use the actual, I need to use the actual characters, because I think this should be able to go kore wa san Niki tsu. These are 3 journals, but we'll figure it out later. Because our phone's charging, so we're not even gonna worry about that. But hey, we got some things down today. But yeah, now that I remember the 2 specifically, because I remember during the counters, they mentioned 2. This small 2 right here, this small 2 is a counter. You see how it's not the same size as this one? It looks slightly different, like, oh, maybe it's just the accent mark. No, this is smaller. So when you see it smaller, see how it's not the same size as the rest of the kana? The regular 2 is the same size. But technically this is, but this, if it was the regular size, is 2. Not having an example in here to explain. Okay, here we go. It's 2 right here. Now this should explain what I'm saying. This is 2. This is as in the vowel, just by itself, This is 2. And then when it's a small 2, this is a counter. When you're talking about a number of something, right? If you're counting something for some reason, this is when you're actually mentioning the number. Now, if I were to say I'm going to walk my dogs, I'm not mentioning which number of dogs I'm going to walk, but you will understand because in this sentence that I'm going to say, inu sanpo ni iku wa. No, not iku wa, ikuyo. Inu sanpo ni ikuyo, right? I'm going to go walk the dogs. I'm not saying how many dogs, and I'm not saying dogs in the sentence either. Inu sanpo. Inu walk. Inu is dog. But since I have more than one dog, I don't need to say yon inu. It's understood in the conversation that the number of XYZ is understood by context, because once again, Japanese is the dogs are having it up right now. They're like, hey, you're talking about Japanese, let's talk about, yeah, he's talking that Japanese. Anywho, the getting distracted, sidebars. Reel it in, buddy, reel it in. The context of the conversation is understood by the people speaking it. So Japanese, once again, is a not assumption, but context assumption type of language. So some things aren't said out loud, but they're understood in that way. Like, for example, if I say, like, let's say I don't bring my wallet, because this is a good reference lesson that I remember, or reference lesson that I remember. Let's say I don't bring my wallet with me to the store, but you're with me, and we're at the supermarket. Supermarketo. Right? And we're at the counter, we're about to pay, but I forgot my wallet. I could be like, Chotto. Like, and then I don't remember the words for wallet, so I guess this is a good time to Saifu, Chotto, Saifu. Without even finishing the statement, it could be understood that I probably forgot my wallet based on context, because I might be patting my pockets. Chotto Saifu. For example, like, you're wearing a coat or whatever, like Chotto Saifu. You're checking the pockets, checking the coat, patting the inside. You know what I mean? While you're making this comment, the Chotto is kind of like, giving that pause to be understood of what's occurring. And once again, Japanese is a context-based language, so it could be understood that I forgot my wallet. Now, if someone might just be like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? Nani? Nani? Doshite? Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, so... Oh, shit. But yeah, so now we can remember Nikki, right? And wallet was Saifu, right? What is the word for forget, right? To forget. Let's actually add wallet to the mix. Right quick, for the people out there, because this might actually be useful for y'all, right? Not gonna add every single word every time, but this may be good for writing the sentence down. You hear me? And Nikki, about that syntax, you hear me? This has got to be a noun, right? Saying correct. Why is it not autofill in my words, right? At all. I don't like that. I don't like that. Right? So. Let's say you're at the supermarket by yourself and you forgot your wallet, right? Let's get the word for forget, and then we'll string a sentence together. Wasure, wasu, reru, wasureru, 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 wasureru. Right, now let's compare ours. Wasureru. We good. We good. To forget, to leave carelessly, to be forgetful of, to forget about, to forget. Wasureru, right? So, I guess this would also be good, you know. Add this one in there, of course. Of course, of course, of course. This list just keeps getting longer and longer, you know? At some point, it's going to have to be some form of extra layer of organization to this, probably by using multiple sheets or something. This is obviously a verb. I don't know what type of verb though. Wasureru. Wasureru. The problem is, what type of verb is this? This is a class 2 word. Class 2 verb. This is a class 2 verb. Wasureru. Class 2 verb. Okay. Alright, so now we're on to something. Alright. You hear me? That is a... Don't do that. Also, don't do that. Alright. And then comment section. Correct. What's happening here? Why is this not correct anymore? Excuse me. Hello? Why is this not have bold lines. This isn't, I don't understand what's happening here. Alright, so this is what we'll do, right? Don't know why it's doing that, but let's do things backwards here. Okay. Easy, right? Easy fix. And we keep it moving. Alright, so also yellow this. Right? So wasureru, right? Let's say you forget your wallet, but you're by yourself, right? Now, if you're speaking to yourself, you don't need to say watashi wa, boku wa, kochi wa, anything, right? But if you're speaking to someone else, it might be you're gonna say who you're talking about. Depending on the context, you might just be speaking about yourself already, and we're just getting a sentence read. But anywho, you'll say Saifu, Saifuni, Saifuni, right? Saifuga wasureru. No, but we forgot it. So class 2 verb, forgot it, right? It should be we forgot it, so it's past tense in this situation. If it was informal, right? Is the same way. Yeah. Drop the root. Add. If it was past tense, negative past tense, right? Correct. That's, yeah, negative past tense. Because it's past tense, but it's also negative past tense, if I remember correctly. If it was informal, because we dropped the ru, wasureru, right? Wasureru. Obviously, gotta look at our notes. Look at our notes, of course. Sorry, y'all can't see the notes, but if we drop the ru, wasureru, right? Drop the ru, it's wasure. We add, do we add anything? This is wasure. No. Wasu. Yeah. Wasure. Wasure. Kata. Nakata. Right? Or nicht. Actually, because I don't have this properly written on each one, I just have it supposed to be committed to memory. That's what it's supposed to be, but this is easier if I look at this one, right? Yeah. Wasure. Nakata. Wasure nakata. Wasure nakata. Alright. Saifu ga wasure nakata. Right? Wasure nakata. Now there is a way to use multiple verbs together that I don't remember. Whoops. Because suru is a class 3 verb though. But, and I'm saying this because I'm looking at the word kokai, which means to regret, repentance. So what we're going to say is boku, like boku, boku wa, or boku no. My regret is that I left my, right? I think my regret is that I left my wallet at home, or left my wallet at when I got to the, or when I left my actually this is good. We just left the supermarket, but you had your wallet, right? But you're on your way home or whatever. I left my wallet at the supermarket. So we'll say boku wa kokai, right? Excuse me, kokai. Oh, this is actually a really good time to use Tokudo. We are trying to add so many things together to make this crazy, right? Kokai. Can we use... Okay, I don't think we need to use that at all. All right, cool. So, kokai, kokai, kokai no saifu, kokai no saifu, kokai no saifu ga wasure nakata. Kokai no saifu ga wasure nakata. Let's try and see if that is going to come out the way we're trying to. Kokai no saifu ga wasure nakata. Ooh, that's negative non-past. We don't need negative non-past because it's saying I didn't forget my wallet. But what we're trying to say is that we forgot our wallet at the supermarket. So we'll say is this even... I guess there's no informal, formal negative past. It's just, this is the word. Okay, so what did I say? Wasure nakata, which means I didn't forget my wallet. But what we are saying is that we did forget our wallet. So we'll say kokai, kokai no, kokai, ko o ka I, kokai, kokai. You see what I did there? Kokai. That's where the accent mark. That's what the accent mark represents, an extra carry of the vowel. Kokai, right? So kokai no saifu, my wallet, right? Regret my wallet, right? Something about your wallet, regrets. Kokai no saifu ga wasure Can I say, if I were, I don't particularly want to say it politely, so could I say wasure, like, could I say kokai no saifu ga wasure? But I feel like if I were to say that, right? Wasure Saifu, right, is the original. That's saying I forgot my wallet. But actually, yeah, why does it say that? What if we... I don't know why it says I forgot my wallet when we say Kokai no Saifu. Kokai no Saifu ga Wasude Nakata. I don't know why it's, well, it says I didn't forget my wallet if we say Nakata. But I don't know why it says, it totally negates. Might be because we don't have the accent marked over the O. So what if we use the actual kana, right? Use the kana. Do you not need to say... Class 2 verbs. If it were past, it's past tense. I see. Okay. So if it was past tense, informal, it's wasureta. Wasureta. Okay. Now it makes sense. Okay, so what happens if we go back and put no into... I don't know why that changes it. So it says not to use a particle, but that's Google. Who knows what the fuck Google's saying? So if we didn't use a particle right after kokai, right? Kokai mean the regret that we have because we forgot our wallet. Kokai we're not saying watashi wa, boku wa, katochi wa, you know, we're not pointing out that it's I, but because we're talking to ourselves in the situation, you don't use honorifics or talk formally when you're talking to yourself or talking about yourself per se, unless you're in a formal setting. Then you would maybe not on that last part. So it would be kokai saifu, right? Kokai saifu, forgot wallet, ga wasureta, wasureta. So kokai saifu ga wasureta, wasureta, right? Wasureta. Kokai saifu wasureta. Kokai saifu ga wasureta. Sounds like there's some sirens going on outside. Kokai saifu Chotto. Chotto. Kokai Saifu ga wasureta. I regret I forgot my wallet. And then we wanted to say at the supermarket, right? Like we're checking our book or whatever. That's where we're somehow keeping our wallet or whatever money we had or something like that, right? Kokai Saifu ga wasureta. Is it all supermarket though? Let me see here. No, wait. The verb comes last. Subject, object, verb. Kokai Saifu. Regret wallet. Oh, supermarket though. There we go. Yes, sir. You got it. You got it. All right, here we go. Kokai Saifu. Oh. Kokai Saifu o supermarket do wasureta. I forgot my wallets. Let's put it all together now. We're checking our book because for some reason we got our money in here. We got the little sleeve in the back or something. I don't know. We checking, right? Chotto. Chotto. Eh? You know, Chotto could be like, wait a second. Chotto. Nani! Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. Formally saying that. No, informally, sorry. So, sheesh, that was really drawing it all together. Okay. Nani? Kokai no saif. No, wait. We looking through the bug, right? You know what I'm saying? We checking for the. Why does my camera seem so high up? We looking for the bug. We checking through some stuff. We like, hey yo, what's happening here? Nani? Nani? Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. I forgot my wallet at the supermarket. I feel like that was good anime voice acting once again, along with the. Hopefully that came out correct. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and let's play that back. See what happens. See what happens. It's a copied clip, but that wasn't even no safe. No, wait. We looking through the bug, right? You know what I'm saying? We checking for the. Why does my camera seem so high up? We looking for the bug. We checking through some stuff. We like, hey yo, what's happening here? Nani? Nani? Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. I forgot my wallet at the supermarket. I like that. That works. That works for me. Kokai no safe. No, wait. We looking through the bug, right? You know what I'm saying? We checking for the. Why does my camera seem so high up? We looking for the bug. We checking through some stuff. We like, hey yo, what's happening here? Nani? Happening here? Nani? 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 Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. I forgot my wallet at the supermarket. I feel like that was good anime voice acting once again, along with the. Hopefully that came out correct. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and let's play that back. See what happens. See what happens. was good. Anime, wallet at the supermarket. Nani? Supermarket. Nani? Nani? Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. I forgot my wallet at the supermarket. Nani? Nani? Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. I forgot my wallet at the supermarket. Nani? Nani? Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. Nani? Nani? Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. I forgot my wallet at the supermarket. Nani? I like this. We're going with this. I like that. Nani? I like that. Uh-huh. I like that. Uh-huh. Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. I forgot my wallet at the supermarket. Uh-huh. I like that. Nani? Uh-huh. Nani? Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. Wasureta.
SG Zealot Zealot. Said https://www.twitch.tv/silentgerman_/clip/bovinamorp.
I'm sorry, speech chat. You didn't need to go through that whole situation right there. Wasureta. All right. I like that. We tied all that together. So we'll actually use that right here. Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. Wasureta. All right, let me see if I can do a different voice, different octave. Kokai no Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. What else we got? Wait. Kokai Saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. I think we need some water. Our voice is starting to crack. If we try to go an octave too high. All right. So now that we came up with a sentence for like 4 words, let's get that shit on paper. First off, no. Whatever you thought was happening here, that wasn't happening. So this is what we're going to do right here. The only translation we need is supermarketo. Alright? Supermarketo. Now, there's another way to say supermarket, which is what is it's the same word that means vegetables, 800 vegetables. And that's what they considered the grocer or the supermarket, pretty much. Or that's another name for a grocery market or whatever. It's not Hachi. Hashi? No. What is... Do I need to find the lesson right now? Not particularly. But will I? Of course. But of course. Oh yeah, cue the music again. I don't think it's in this lesson group at all. Bro, what is the word? It's gonna kill me that I can't figure out what the actual lesson title was. What if... I don't know what lesson is. So it's fine. We're just gonna go with supermarket though. It's perfectly fine. Right? Go okay. Right? Go okay. Go okay. Saifu. Copy this. Go okay. Saifu. Gokai Saifu. Gokai Saifu. Supermarketo. So we need O. Supermarketo. We need an O. Why am I not seeing an O? I believe this is an O right here. Let's see if I'm correct. O. Ka. Everybody is correct here. I only remember this was an O because down here at the bottom it makes this O-like shape, but the rest of it, I don't know. Gokai Saifu Ko. Remember this is Tsu Ka I, but the Tsu next to another sound or letter is going to have, in this case, has the double K. So Gokai, right? But remember this is carrying the O. Sorry, I'm wrong. Double back. We've made some errors here. That was for Nikki with the small Tsu. Don't listen to me when I said everything I just said in the last 35 seconds wrong. So Gokai, right? This is Tsu, but in this case, it's going to carry the accent mark for the O that's taking place here. The O that doesn't, the O exists on the Ko. So it's Ko, accent mark over it. So it's Ko, O, Kai, I. Gokai, 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 Saifu, Saifu. So Gokai Saifu o supermarketo ga wasureta. I forgot my wallet at the supermarket. Gokai Saifu. So we need that O. We never put that O in there. O. Supermarketo. We need a ga. Ga. Have a ga right here. You know this is ga because this is ka without the accent marks. And I'll show you that with the same word we had up here. Here it is. Ka. It's a question marking particle at the end. But when it's in a word, it's not a question mark particle, of course. But ka is the regular joint, right? But with the accent mark over it, it's ga. Another particle. But in this case, it's indicating the verb, which is the class 2 verb wasureta. It's wasure. We need to take off the ru at the end. Wasu. Oh, so ga, wa, su, re. And we need a ta. So ta should be, is it this? Your boy he's on it today. Right? So, bring it all together. Gokai Saifu Supermarket. Oh, we skipped over something. Gokai Saifu Supermarket ga. Right here. And then wasureta. Period. Oh, I guess we should get the other little period we've had for the other ones. Because it's cool. You know, stay consistent. Boom. So, we can easily write this out. Copy and paste this. Gokai Saifu. We don't need to look at anything because we should know this. Soup. Gokai's. Fuck. Do that shit again. I don't know how to fix that. Gokai. Gokai Saifu. Oh. Right? Gokai Saifu. Why is it doing it still? Okay. This is what we'll do. Gokai. Right? We need the accent mark. Gokai Saifu, right? Then we need to add a comment in here. Gokai Saifu o supermarketo. Don't autocorrect me, bitch. Ga wasureta. Wasureta is informal past tense. We're talking about ourselves, so it's going to be an informal statement. If you were saying like boku wa saif. I'm sorry, boku wa koka saifu. Wait, boku wa saifu. Sorry, incorrect because I'm trying not to say this too fast so it makes sense and someone will be actually able to hear me. But I do feel like some Japanese people do talk a little bit faster, so I guess it could just depend on who's doing the talking in this case. So kokai, boku wa kokai. Boku wa kokai saifu o supermarket ga wasureta. That's how you bring it all together. Wrong, because ta, like I said, is informal. So we need to make it formal if we were making this a formal statement, right? So wasure mashita. Wasure mashita. Wasure mashita. Wasure mashita. Correct. All right. So if we were bringing it all together, we could say like boku wa, or boku is a little bit more informal, but katochi wa or watashi wa, whatever tense. I mean, whatever pronoun you're going to use to indicate yourself. Again, in a more formal setting, boku wa is probably less formal. So really, at the end of the day, the verb wasureru could be informal. But anyway, for context purposes, anyway, boku wa or watashi wa kokai saifu o supermarketo ga wasure mashita. There we go. Whew. Let's bring it one more time. Watashi wa kokai saifu o supermarketo ga wasure mashita. Formally saying that. Sheesh. That was a mouthful. Talk about a Japanese lesson. Okay, so for Nikki, right? What is to write? To write. What is to write? I want to say we have that written down. So we got to watch. What is to write? What verb is that? Gaku, right? Gaku. So it ends in u. It's probably a class 2 verb. It's probably a class 2 verb. Gaku. Sheesh, this word is taught in grade 2. Man. Let me see if it shows up as a top giant. Yeah. But why does it not show me what type of verb this is? Why can't I see that? Just gives me... Alright. Gaku verb class. Is it class 1 verb? Godan? It is Godan, which is class 1 verb. Okay. So, gaku, right? Class 1 verb. We'll use our, does this fall in odd conjugations maybe? Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. So class 1 verb, right? Gaku is to write. So what we'll do, copy this over. We need ga. Stop it. Stop it. Niku. Gaku. Right? And this is a class 1 verb. We said godon. Right? Godon. Oh man. Alright. So gaku, to write. To write. Alright. So, right? Gaku. Right? So let's say we are about to do something. So that would be is that right? Will write. Present tense, right? Indicative. Let's see how that lines up with my stuff right here. So kaku, right? If we're going to do something, we can just say kaku. Kakimasu. 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 This is not class 1. But kakimasu. Okay, so class 1 verbs. You drop the u. You drop the u, right? You add an e, and then whatever the join is. Imas, imasen, imashita, imasen deshita. Except, right? When it comes to, what is this? What is right above that? Negative past. When it comes to the negative past, it is now anakata. So, kaka. Oh my goodness, it's a long word. Kaka. Nakata. Kaka nakata. Kaka nakata. Oh my goodness, that is a mouthful. Kaka nakata. Right. Okay. So, informally. Kaka nakata. Kaka nakata. Kaka nakata. Alright. Kaka nakata. Does that say the same thing? Why is that? Okay. Seems to be fixed on its own. Kaka nakata. Alright, so if negative past tense, kaka, it's only 5:30. I thought it was later than that. Oh my goodness. Kaka nakata. I didn't write in my journal yesterday. It's going to be the statement we're going to make. So kyo is today, kino is yesterday. So we already know that we're talking about ourselves because we're speaking about this informally. And we're not speaking to anyone specifically. We're just going to make this as a statement of ourselves. If we were speaking to someone else, and they didn't know that we were talking about us, then we would indicate that we are talking about us. So we're going to go with, oh my goodness, don't forget anything here. I didn't write in my journal yesterday. So, kino wa, okay, all right. Kino wa Nikki ga kakanakatta. Kino wa Kiki, I'm sorry, not Kiki. Kyo wa Nikki ga kakanakatta. Right? Right? We're talking informally here. Kino, we need an accent mark. Kino wa. But we're not really talking truly informally because you don't need to use particles with yourself. So you could drop the particles. You could say, kino niki nakata. I'm sorry, not nakata. You could say kino niki kakanakata. You could say kino niki kakanakata. Kino niki kakanakata. Yeah. Kino wa Niki. Yeah. Yeah, I need the word for yesterday. Kino, right? Oh wait, why did I look that up here? Kino. 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 Even though there's a U at the end, it's Kino. 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 Why does it say that? What if I use a different word? Sakujitsu. 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 Yeah, that works. Why does it not understand kino when I say kino? When I say kino, right, it thinks that I'm trying to say I didn't write a functional diary. I don't understand why it says that. Sakujitsu. Sakujitsu. Sakujitsu Niki. Sakujitsu Niki Sakujitsu Niki Kaku. Oh, no, not Kaku. Sakujitsu Niki Kakanakata. Sakujitsu 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 Niki ga Nakata. That's not right. Sakujitsu Niki ga Kakanakata. That is correct. That is the correct way to say that. Now, if we were to just drop the particles, because you don't really need the particles when you're talking about yourself informally to yourself, pretty much, or just making an informal statement about yourself. Sakujitsu no. I'm sorry, Sakujitsu Sakujitsu Niki Kakanakata. Kakanakata. That is a mouthful
Aries
to say.
ascending. Said hey hey.
Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Alright. Now we just need to be able to write all this out. Genki? Daijoubu desu ka?
Aries ascending. Said what are you in the middle of explaining lol.
Sakujitsu wa Niki. Sakujitsu wa Niki. So the first word saku, yesterday, indicating what? The journal. Yesterday journal. Niki ga. Ka. Oh my goodness. Kakanakata. Whew. I didn't write in my journal yesterday. Son of a bitch.
Aries ascending. Said slacker.
Schlacker. Schlacker. I made up this sentence. You don't know what really happened. You don't know if I wrote my journal or not. Maybe I did. I probably didn't. I didn't write my journal yesterday. It is in fact. Hi! It did not write in my journal. It is a fact. The journal was not written in. You are correct. Chotto. Gomenasai. 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 Head ass. Alright. Yes. I want that period. That's not what she said. Bro, what? What's happening here? The fact that it copied the space and I can't get rid of the space. It is what it is. Alright. I don't like this. It's doing that again. I don't like this. Aries, fix the borders. Fix the borders somehow. That made it worse. That made it worse. Bro, why is it even... Oh, it's because of the period? I assume it's the period. The period is messing things up. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We got it. We got it, boys. We got it. Alright. So, also, these terms, right? So this is what we started with today. Niki. Niki, which is journal, right?
Aries ascending. Said and it didn't take an hour lol.
And it didn't take an hour. Not at all. So, for example, Niki, right? Kore this. Kore wa san Niki. 3 journals. O kaku this. These journals are for writing. So, in actual sense, it's this 3 journals is to write. Alright. So, kore wa, right? What did I say? Kore wa san Niki o. Actually, it might be ga. It might not need to be ga, actually. I don't know. Can we use O? I think O should be able to be used, right? Go back to particles. Gotta open them tabs up. Open them tabs up. Oh, marks object. Marks place in motion. Yeah, no. I don't think we can. I don't know. I don't think we can use O there. I think we don't have to use O, but let's find out. Niki. Wase kore wa san Niki. O kaku. I don't know why it thinks that when I say san, okaku. What if I change this to ga then? Okay, I don't know why it doesn't understand once again, but I think this should make sense. Kore wa san Niki ga kaku. Maybe it's not supposed to be O. Maybe I'm supposed to use ga here. But because it actually shows up to right instead of Japanese writing course or some shit. These almost look green, looking at this green book for so long. These are the 3 journals. Now, if we wanted to take this a little bit farther, we could go Kore wa Nihon. No. Yeah. Kore wa Nihon o san Niki ga kaku. These, well, actually, because we're using the word kaku, and it's not, I guess it could be for present tense, but we're saying these journals are to write or to be used for writing, which is a future action, correct? So that probably means, what did I say, kaku is class 1? We probably need to use kate, like as a, that's not right. Do we use kata? No. Right. This is a, kaku is a class 1 verb. Ending in u. You drop the u. If it's a te, it's tte. If it is a tie, you add e die. Ka e die. So I don't think it understands what I'm trying to say though. So let's add this at the end. I need the actual conjugation or kana for kaku to do something. No, if we use, oh, actually, and this verb is conjugated differently than these class 1 verbs I have here, which is interesting. Interesting. Not all class 1 verbs are conjugated exactly the same. This may be one of those it has it does wonky shit. Yeah. So, but see, you don't have to drop, but you do when you use the Tay form. Interesting. Interesting. You drop the Ru, add the Tay with 2 T's. And if it's Tai, it's Itai. But on this, it's Ite, Itai. No, Ite. Where's the Itai? It's not Ite. Yeah, it's Ite. There's no Itai. Where's the Itai? There should be an Itai version over here. Where is Itai? Itai, Itai. There's no Itai. They don't have a conjugation for Itai. Why is that? Why is that? Does that make it? You know what I don't like? Verbs. They're verb tenses because verbs have multiple options. They use words that I don't want to see, like indicative, volitional, imperative. Just say what it is. You know what I mean? Keep it simple. Something else I don't want to remember. Why am I remembering if a verb is present progressive or I mean that's easier, but provisional, conditional, like come on now, I don't want to remember all that. I just need to know, is this me doing something? Is the action occurring? Am I talking about in the future? This says will probably. Will probably right. So it's supposed to be kako. Kako. If I use kako, it thinks that I'm trying to say. Yeah, it thinks I'm trying to say something else. Because I'm tired. Sumimasen. So, これは三日kako. これはこれ this. If it was sore, like by you, it'd be sore. If it's like some off in some distance or whatever, ado or ade. So kore wa san niki ga. Actually, no, because we're gonna say these 3 journals are for Japanese. So kore wa nihon. Kore wa これは日本三日が書くか ooh, we forgot already. Kako, was it kako? Kako Kako. So, kore wa Nihon Saniki ga Kako. It's like these three journals are to right. I'm saying these three Japanese journals. That's wrong then. Okay, so kore wa, right? These. Kore wa san niki, these three journals. Ga. Nihon, right? Nihon, Japanese. Kako. Nihon Kako. Nihon. I don't think this is translating the way I wanted to. Because the things I'm trying to say, I'm going to write 3 Japanese journal entries. But we're not trying to say journal entry. We're saying the journals themselves as a whole thing is the context of the situation. I feel like I'm probably forgetting a word then. But also, ooh, I feel like there's a situation of vocabulary that I had up earlier for the specific thing. What tense is this verb in? This should be finished, can be used. Maybe I wonder if we can say Nihon, I'm sorry, if we can say Kore wa san niki. Kore wa san niki ga Nihon Kako Tokoro. Can we say that? But see, I know this thing definitely doesn't understand what Tokoro means. Yeah, once again, it thinks this is what I'm going to write my 3rd journal entry in Japanese. I don't know if you should just use janal as the katakana version, because I feel like it's showing up as diary more often than not. But I mean, these things are essentially diaries or journals. It doesn't really matter. It's all about Japanese. So I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like, okay, so the word Tokoro, right, it's a grammar thing. It's got a bunch of stuff going on, but it essentially means place. Like the word itself is a noun that means place, but it has taken on from the Chinese meaning also state and result. So it's kind of like to indicate the exact time or circumstances under which an action occurs or almost occurred. So what we're saying, right? These 3 journals, we're going to write Japanese in. So maybe, wait. Yeah, translation the same. So whether we use ni or ga, it's the same. So if we said like korewa san niki ni, but see, niki ni is more confusing to the tongue, I feel. So korewa san niki ga nihon kakko tokoro. And tokoro is indicating that we're going to be writing in these journals versus brain farts. Korewa san niki ga nihon kakko by itself, which is just, it would mean to write, and we're putting in the sense of we're going to be writing, but tokoro, I guess, like brings the Japanese to a higher level. Now, I guess you probably wouldn't use that in more formal situations. I mean, or you would use it in more formal situations, probably less informals, I would think. But also, I don't know. Who knows? Somebody might bust out with that giant in the middle of an anime and, you know, it's real informal or something. Who knows? It might get used. So, also, these words, we only added after we added this first word. Like, these words are being utilized in the sentence for today and yesterday. We didn't have a sentence for yesterday for kokai, so we came up with kokai, saifu o supermarket ga. What is this? What is this without looking at the words? This is ta. That's an I think. Don't look at it. We forgot. Wasure. Oh my goodness. Wasure. Alright. Wasureta. We almost remembered the whole line. No problem. Wasureta. Also, do you see this is wa? Right? But we also use wa right here. It's not showing it. Okay, hold on. Let me find a sentence that actually has wa to prove my point real quick. We used wa right here. You see this? Wa. Right? That wa is not the same as this wa. When used in a word, not as a particle, like so, it is wa. There's also wo, right? That indicates o, which is, I want to say this o is also the one that indicates wo. Let me bring out my handy dandy notebook. That's not the one I'm talking about. Okay, very good. I'm glad to be proven wrong so that I will remember it in the future. Now let me find, here we go. This is wo. This right here is wo. But it also indicates o. But remember, this, where are we at? We're lost, is o. Now I remember this is o because it's like a little o at the bottom right here. Don't know what the fuck's going on with the rest of this, but I know for sure when I see this, this means o. But when we come back up here, this is wo, which can also mean o. Which in this sentence we have sensei. What the hell is going on here? Oh, doitsu. I see. Silent German. Sensei. Silent German doitsu sensei. There's a guy here. Silent German sensu doitsu. No, silent. Oh my goodness. Sensei? Why is this the beginning? Where's the actual sentence for this? It was shu. What is silent? It's actually better to translate the name that you're trying to say in Japanese using katakana
Aries
than to
ascending.
combine
Said Sishiku Doitsu sensei.
Seishiku Doitsu Se I Shoku. No. Seishiku. Seishiku. Seishiku Doitsu. Seishiku Doitsu. It's a good thing we gave that to you. Got that thing on copy and paste and they're ready. Seishiku Doitsu. Seishiku Doitsu. Seishiku Doitsu. Oh, I forgot what the fuck we were at. Thank you. I appreciate you. Arigato gozaimasu. Seishiku Doitsu. Where the fuck is Seishiku? Seishiku Doitsu, right? Seishiku Doitsu sensei. In the sen, se, n, se, i. Right? Seishiku Doitsu. So Doitsu, there's a tsu, starts here. Doitsu. Seishiku. Se, I, shi. Se, I, shi. Ku? What is indicating some form of sound effect that isn't being written in this? What does this mean again? It means you. So you're dropping the seishiku. I don't understand why it's there in the first place. Seishiku Doitsu, right? Seishiku Doitsu sensei ga. Don't know what that kanji means. Shi, I. And then we have the wo. So what do we got going on here? Seishiku Doitsu sensei ga atarashi ga atarashi doga, whatever this indicates. O tokoro would be wo when it's not used as a particle, if I remember correctly. Oh my goodness. This is so confusing looking at this shit. Oh, wo, ga, where is that? Not the ga, but the oh, where's the other one? The wa, also meaning ha when it's used in a sentence, when it's not indicating a like particle. If it's used in a word, it's ha, if I remember correctly. Crazy shite, man. It's so easy and then so confusing all at the same time. It's crazy. Crazy. Do you hear me? It's crazy. But, right? There's also wa. Where are we at? At this point, I'm confused all over again. There's a wa in here somewhere that's a regular wa and not a particle wa. Is that it? That's not it. That's isn't it le? That's ne. I don't see it. It's alright. When we come across it, we'll point it out. Because we're going on a tangent. Oh, here we go. This wa. Shinai wa. Hitsuyo ga. Korosu. Shinai, which is don't. Wa. Korosu. I think this wa should actually be the regular wa. This shit is confusing. When it has these particles that can mean one thing, but actually have a regular meaning. But then they also have a regular meaning for the same thing. Because wa is like that. O is like that. Is there anything else like that? I think eh. Am I wrong? Hold on. Eh. Maybe not. Yeah. Maybe not. That's what we say right now, and then in like 2 minutes we'll find something that proves us wrong. So, alright, cool. I don't even know where the fuck we were at. I don't even know if we were writing a sentence at the time. Were we writing something? What do we have on the other screen? 3 journals. We forgot to write in our journal yesterday. And we're saying to write. Kore, right? Kore wa san. No, we'll just use that. And then we'll say Niki, right? Kore wa san Niki ga Nihon. I don't know if we're supposed to capitalize this, but we're gonna treat it like English. Nihon Kakko Dokoro, which is once again these 3 journals are for, or these 3 journals are Japanese writing. Will be. But when you put it all together, it's these 3 journals will be for Japanese writing. Or for writing Japanese, I guess I should say. Oh my goodness, that is a mouthful. And it's like awkwardly backwards for English speakers. But it's okay, because we don't give a damn about that. It's just mentally confusing when you're trying to learn it. But once you get it down, you got it down. I believe in you. I believe in Harvey Dent. Oh my goodness. Can we get all this? What did I do earlier? No, I changed this to knee. To indicate the journals. But did I... Was that correct in doing that? It works for translation, but what is... Find the page, motherfucker. Indicates the location, indicate time. I don't know if that can be... Well, I guess we're indicating the location of the writing. These 3 journals we're going to be writing in. Now, the real question is, how are we going to get all of this properly translated in the way we're trying to say it? Let's get to it. Dokoro. So we have right here is Kakko. We need, what is it, ni? Do-do-do. Let's find us a knee somewhere in here. Find us a knee. That's a knee slapper. Alright, this is a knee right here. Got that knee for you. You need to leave. Alright. Nikki. Alright. We need 3. Just throw that in there. I think we can just go like that. I think. It might be wrong to do that. This. We need this. This, that. This, that. Oh, because we've had everything in, oh, there's some kanji right there. Whoops. It's alright. Alright. So, Koro. Kore, sorry. Kore. 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 We don't have the wa. We need that wa. 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 Nigga. Don't overlook the was. There's plenty of them out here. There's plenty of them. Don't overlook them. Kore wa Saniki ni. What? Kore wa. Where did I get this kanji from? What is this kanji? Okay, I see what's happening. Kore wa san ni ki ni. Right? San ni ki ni. Kako. Right? Kako. Right? Kako. I don't know why we need this kanji if we already have the ko u part. The ko u part. Because kako, you know what I'm saying? Kako, ka, with the ko. You just have the ka, ko type shit, I feel like, right? Am I right or am I wrong? But I think I'm right, you hear me? But maybe it could also mean something else. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I've been told. But something's not gold. Well, let's see what happens. We put this together, right? Kako. Let's see what it thinks we're trying to say. No, that shows up. So what we'll do is we'll replace this. We don't need to do all that. We just need to ka in this situation. Ah, there's a joke in there. You need to leave. Get a little edit on that. Bam. Bam. Alright. Easy. Alright, so we came up with these, came up with that. Da-da-do. We got some words for you guys. Let's go. Hope you got that pen and paper out right now. I hope you got that link up talking about some yeah, blah, 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 blah. I'm stringing 3 words together. They're not making sense, but they up here. Blah, 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 blah. You hear me?
Aries ascending. Said WOD extra words LOL.
Extra. All we got is nothing but words. You hear me? You hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Alright, I'm trying not to add any more words, but I'm gonna do my best to add more words. Is there no... Rashi. 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 We're gonna do another grammar point here. All right, so Rashi, like, to, looks like, seems like, looks like, I heard, like, something, someone is commonly used in an informal Japanese to convey these meanings. Okay, it's an auxiliary adjective. Expresses the speaker's conjecture based on what the speaker knows or has heard or seen. Okay, so we could say Sushoku. No, sorry. Seishoku. Seishoku doitsu. What the fuck is the word? Rashi. Seishoku doitsu rashi. Seishoku doitsu rashi. Like silent German. Silent German like. Nihon rashi. Nihon rashi. Japanese like. Americano rashi. American like. Do we have other countries we can think of or nationalities that we can think of in Japanese? Don't know. Moving on. Anime rashi, anime like. Inu rashi, dog like. Neko rashi, neko rashi ne, cat like, but soft toned. I'm saying all this so that I can remember to put this in a sentence with one of these other words that don't have sentences currently. Even though they're already in one of the other sentences, we're just going to add more to it. Rashi. So if it's a noun, it's just regular. If it's a verb, it needs to be in plain present tense. If it's an E adjectives, it's past tense of the E adjective, and same thing with a na adjective. Okay. So, for example, like if we were going to eat taberu rashi, seems like someone's / something will eat, ate. Oshi rashi, oshi rashi, oshi kata rashi. It seems that something is delicious or was delicious. So the ta indicating past tense in the situation. Okay. Oshi kata is past tense. Oshi, so oshi is positive, not past. Present tense, sorry. Oshi kata. Didn't even know oshi kata needed to be a thing. So whole time I thought it would have just been like oshi reshi something. So oshi kata rashi. So give me a food. Kure oshikata rashi. It seems like somebody ate curry. What other food types do we know? Do we know any other food types off the top of the dome? We do not. So let's use this in a different sense. Sensei rashi. Sensei datta rashi, which is past tense. Was. Ganko rashi. Ganko datta rashi. Tabetta rashi. Taberu rashi is present. The former one was past tense. Okay. So now that we have that, right? we use this, okay, all right. Imagine this is a wallet, right? So, Saifu, right? Saifu datta rashi. No. Saifu taberu is a class 2 verb. And since it's a class 2 verb, that means wasureru will be conjugated the same way. Most likely. It's possible that it could be conjugated differently. But because it can be conjugated the same way, if it's tabeta, then that means it will be wasureta. Wasureta, right? Past tense. So we're saying Saifu ga wasureta rashi. It seems like someone forgot their wallet. So Saifu, wallet. The ga is just indicating something about the verb in this situation. And wasureta is past tense of forgot. And then Rashi is bringing it all together to say, seems like somebody forgot their wallet. So, what did I say? Saifu, right? Saifu ga wasureta. Saifu ga wasureta rashi. But I guess because we didn't indicate the subject in terms of who forgot their wallet, we don't know who forgot their wallet. So we're going to have to say, for example, like, because if we just say Saifu ga wasureta rashi, it seems like I forgot my wallet. But we want to say it seems like someone else forgot their wallet. So anata wa Saifu ga wasureta rashi. It seems like someone forgot their wallet. So anata wa, or I guess in this case, I'm sorry, because we said anata, which is you. So it seems like you forgot your wallet. But good job tying all that all together. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Thanks for sticking around for all that nonsense. Don't like how that runs off. But also, we're going to have to copy all this out anyway, because this shit ain't gonna fit when we add the kana in there. I'm sure there's got to be an easier way to do this that I just don't know. But if we were to say not you, right, but they or someone, right, then it would be why am I forgetting what you could be or they could be? Because it's definitely a code word, I believe. But I guess we can also use simple.
Simple.
Simple. Simple. A lot in other words, it seems. Simple wa saifu ga wasureta rashi. It seems like he forgot his wallet, but it could be used as they, I would assume. Since everything is written in a written as a male-dominated world. But yeah. All right. So if we go to the beginning of this, all right. Well, keep it pushing. I don't like that that's hanging off. I don't like that. I'm not a fan. I hate that it makes the border go weird like that. That makes me upset. Now, I feel like there should be an easier way, because this is like a comment. If I check this, it goes away, and it's kind of annoying. I need to see if... Well, I'm sure there's got to be a way where you can write this where it opens up the joint instead of making it look like a runoff. Because runoffs are ugly. That's not clean. We don't like runoffs. We want to just hover over it and see it like a comment, but not have to worry about accidentally checking this fucking box. Alright, one more. One more revolving around wallets. So, do we have any verbs that... Do we have to bring as a verb written down, maybe? Alright, let's use miru. Miru. Right? So we used tokoro, which indicated something I don't remember at this current moment. Tokoro. What did that indicate? These 3 journals for writing will be written in. Okay. We're not going to use a grammar point. We're just going to... Can you watch my wallet? So, anata wa miru. We're just going to use miru in its informal term, not mimimas. Mimimas. Anata wa miru ka. Can you watch my... No, whoa. Can you watch? Of course. But what are you watching? Anata wa saifu ga miru ka. Right? You... Anata wa saifu ga miru ka. No. That would be asking if you want to see a wallet. Let's add a color to this question. Anata wa ao, right? Saifu ga miru ka, right? Do you want to see a blue wallet? We're just going to keep it simple for this word. We could go into the complexities of trying to figure out how to say exactly whatever little example we originally came up with, but I don't remember what I originally said, so it is what it is. You heard me. I don't like that you can't like put a comment here until after you unclick. Do you want to see a blue wallet? Alright. Not period, because it's a question. Easy. Would you look at that? We filled in the bottom section of the board. Mazafaka. Nihon mazafaka. Hanashi desu ka? Hanashi desu ka? So we could also probably say Anata wa reikishi. Anata wa
Aries ascending.
reikishi.
Said most important phrase, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
It is Anata wa reikishi, which is history. Anata wa reikishi miru ga. Do you want to see history? Now, obviously, that doesn't really make sense, but Anata wa reikishi saiko ga miruka? Do you want to see the history of this wallet? I don't know why you're seeing the history of a wallet or what the fuck's going on, but yeah. So you know how we have Tonikaku? I don't remember when I wrote this, but it seems I wrote it a while ago. Tonikaku for being like anyway XYZ. You could say tokorode, by the way. Tokorode anata ga. Oh, ooh, this is good. This is good. Hold on, hold on. Where's our other trying from earlier? So here we go. Let's say you're like parent asking a child or something, did they write in their journal today? Or you're just asking about if they did their chores or XYZ or something like that, right? Tokorode, right? By the way, tokorode, and this is me speaking as the child perspective. By the way, tokorode, saikujitsu wa nika ga kakanakata. Saikujitsu wa. Saikujitsu wa. Saikujitsu is yesterday. Another word for yesterday being kino, also meaning yesterday. Saikujitsu wa yesterday. Why is Nika there? Saikujitsu wa yesterday. Why is this here? Saikujitsu wa. We know where your mind was. Saikujitsu wa nika ga kakanakata is not. I didn't write in my journal yesterday. It is. Bro, what? Yesterday, every day, write in my journal. Why is this written here? Did I type this? Oh, okay. I see. I see what the translation occurred here. I didn't write in my daily journal yesterday. So it still works. Okay. But it could also be Saikujitsu ga kakanakata. Yesterday, I didn't write in my Saikujitsu wa Niki is what I think it should be. Because journal isn't up there. Yeah. So, Saikujitsu wa. What the fuck did I originally say? Tokorode, right? By the way, Saikujitsu wa yesterday. Sorry. Let's go back. Yes. Saikujitsu. Tokorode. Saikujitsu ga kakanakata. Yes. By the way, yesterday I didn't write. Get that on out of here now. Saikujitsu wa nika ga kakanakata. I didn't write my daily. Who knows what you're talking about. Okay. Thanks. That was fun. Samui Irashi is outside cold. That's not true, but is it cold? Samui, Samui, Rashi. Is it cold like? Taberu. No, that's too E. Taberu. Yeah, but Rashi. Tabeta. Taberu. Okay, so it could be used with regular. All right. All right. It's been fun. It's been real. We've been rapping about Japanese for almost 3 hours, literally. And, it's been a good time. Not a long time, unfortunately. But if you want more of these times, hit that follow button, hit that bell notification icon so you can stay up to date when we go live if you haven't already. And if you hate ads and you want to support the streamer going further than, watching ads or leaving them up on your screen, hit that subscribe button. But anyhow, we're coming to the end of things. What is the word for the end? Oshimai, if I remember correctly. Oshimai. Streamo Oshimai. Stream is coming to an end. Unfortunately, I hate to see it too, but we gotta go. Inu sampo ni ikuyo. We gotta go walk them dogs. So gomenasai. But yeah. Anzani. Joshta. Anzani. Oyasumi. And if I don't see you in the next one, this is the next one. Be safe out here. Have a good night. It's been fun. It's been real. Thanks for chatting up about the Japanese.
Aries ascending. Said waving hand, medium skin tone.
Don't forget, if you need the list, if you haven't heard it before, the commands are in the bio. It'll take you right to the link for where the list is. This is available to everybody, not just me. And I'll see you on the next one. Until the next one, have a good night.